Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's Food Experience, it's review time. The kind folks over at Cosori sent me their TurboBlaze Air Fryer. Oh man, this thing is really cool. In fact, it's one of the only air fryers on Amazon that had a 5-star, but is it worth it? Well, you're about to find out. Not only that, it is so super quiet. It has a DC motor that really crisps the food good and so silent. Like I had another air fryer in this form factor before and it was like 4 times as loud as this. So in this video, I tested quite a few different things. I dehydrated peppers, proofed dough used for Italian bread. I made chicken wings, steak, potato wedges, all kinds of other stuff too. So without further ado, here we go. You will see a packet and the crisper tray. Inside of the packet, there's a user manual and the Cosori TurboBlaze Air Fryer recipe book. Really cool recipe book, has over 50 recipes, and they're all custom tailored for the TurboBlaze Air Fryer. Looking at the top of the air fryer, there's a warning with some other information. You want to remove that film by grabbing the front. There's a thing that says pull and pull it right off. Here's a look at the crisper tray. It has some silicone feet. Make sure they stay intact. I really appreciate how easy it is to remove the fryer basket. It has a little button on top, press and pull. And this is dishwasher safe as well. Slide it back in, it'll stop. Push it the rest of the way, it will click in place. Under most situations, you will want to insert the crisper tray. And it kind of locks into place. There is a warning in the manual telling you not to tip it over when the crisper tray is installed. However, it really kind of locks into place. And I really don't see that happening, but just be careful if you decide to do that. On the back of the TurboBlaze, there's a bunch of ventilation holes, and when the unit is in operation, hot air will be blasting out. So there's a warning right below that telling you to keep it at least 5 inches away from the wall. Here's a look at the top of the TurboBlaze. You don't really see any of the functions until you press the power button. I'll tell you, I could really appreciate the display and layout. The display is so nice and big, and you're able to see the temperature and running time at the same time. The TurboBlaze has 10 different functions programmed into it: preheat, reheat, dry, bake, proof, warm, air fry, roast, broil, and frozen. The bottom 4 are turbo modes, and that way the fan is running at full speed. When you select preheat, the default temperature is 400 degrees with 4 minutes, fan speed of 4. You can adjust the temperature up and down. Next one is reheat, default temperature 390 degrees, 5 minutes, fan speed 4. In this mode, you could select different temperatures and different times. Dry, which is like dehydrate, default is 135 degrees for 6 hours, fan speed 1, and you could certainly change the temperature and the time. Bake, 330 degrees, 20 minutes. You could also select different times and temperatures. Fan speed is 3. Proof, 90 degrees is the default, 60 minutes, fan speed 1. You could select different times and temperatures. Warm, 170 degrees is the default, 30 minutes, fan speed 2. Under this selection, you cannot change the temperature, but you can adjust the time. And that's basically all you need to know about the controls. When you power on the TurboBlaze, it will default to air fry 385 degrees, 10 minutes. And when you're ready to start the process, press the play button. On the screen, it shows cooking. If you press the pause button, it will change to pause. That way you can inspect whatever is in your basket, close it back up, and press play, and it goes back to cooking. You can stop the process altogether by pressing the power button. For my first test, I'm trying one of these Coney Island bagel dogs. I have to defrost it in the microwave for 1 minute. I'll do a preheat. They don't have air fryer instructions, so I'll go for the 4 minutes as recommended in the oven. Less than a minute remaining, I'm pausing it. Oh yeah, it's way done. I probably could have stopped it at the 2-minute mark. That's what I'm looking at, and it came out so nice and toasty. Oh yeah, even the bottom toasted. That's pretty cool. Next thing I want to try is one of these Totino's Party Pizzas. Normally, you would not air fry these because the bottom would not get toasted at all. going with preheat. And it goes, setting the temperature to 400. And I'll try 10 minutes. Now it's been going a total of 7 minutes. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I will say I like the bottom crispy, and it did not get crispy, but it did get browned a bit. That is pretty impressive. Next up, a New York strip steak along with potato wedges. First, I'm applying a little bit of avocado oil, spreading it out and blotting up the excess. This is a thick cut of meat, so it could use a good amount of seasoning, adding some salt and black pepper. Going to the other side and repeating the process. Powering on the TurboBlaze, going to preheat and bumping the temperature up to 450 degrees. Start. I let the preheat complete, and now I'm going to broil at 5 minutes. Putting in the steak. Oh yeah, it definitely sizzles right away. I'm going to decrease it to 4 minutes. It's counting down on the final minute. All right, complete. At this point, I want to take a look at the steak. Yeah, it's definitely getting a little bit of a sear, but let's check out the bottom. Oh yeah, nice. And I'll put it back in, broil, and reducing to 4 minutes. There we go, process complete. That's what I'm looking at. Let me take its temperature, about 130. Venting it with foil. Adding some potato wedges, not too many, that should be good. On the bag it says air fry at 360, air fry, and setting it for 360 degrees. It says 12 to 13 minutes. Here we go. There we go, process complete. Removing the fries, seasoning them with the Gospel by Meat Church. It's like a seasoned salt. That's not too bad at all. I mean, it's definitely like the high end of medium rare, maybe the low end of medium. I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go, steak and potato wedge fries cooked in the Cosori TurboBlaze. Yeah. Next up, party wings. First, I want to remove any excess moisture. Hit them with a little bit of avocado oil. Seasoning them with Cue That by the Flat Top King. And repeat on the second side. Turn on the TurboBlaze, preheat, and press play. The preheat is complete. And start adding the chicken. And you'll actually hear it sizzle when you put it down on that crisper plate. I have 8 of them in at once. Going back in, air fry at 385, and upping the time to 18 minutes should do it, and press play. The wings have been going for about 10 minutes. At this point, I'm turning them over, put them back in, and press play. All right, process complete. That's what I'm looking at, and they really look dynamite. Removing the wings. Using smoky chiltepin, give it a nice generous amount, and give them a little bit of a toss. Now that's what I call a nice plate. Celery, carrots, wings with smoky chiltepin, wings with Scotch bonnet mango, potato wedges, and some blue cheese. The TurboBlaze has a proof feature, and I do not have the crisper plate installed. Cosori says to put the dough in a small bowl and cover it with wrap. However, I don't have that as an option, so instead, I'm spraying avocado oil. Use a paper towel to smooth it out. Put in my dough ball. Spray a little bit on the top of that. Blot any extra off. Turn it on, go to proof. Default temperature is 90 degrees, and I think that's a little bit low. I'm going to go up to 105 degrees, 60 minutes, and press play. Also, to let you know, when using the proof function, the fan speed is at 1. There we go, process complete. Yeah, it's definitely doubled in size. Check that out. Turning it out. Oh yeah, that came out very nicely, released nicely. The bread was so tasty, my roommates and I devoured it in minutes. This time I'm trying Nestle Toll House Pecan Turtle Delight cookies. They don't offer any air frying instructions, so we'll see if my method works. Putting down parchment paper, in they go. Start with 14 minutes, and here we go. All right, at the 10-minute mark. They look pretty good. I believe they're done, and I'll let them cool off. The cookies have definitely firmed up a little bit. Removing them. Now that they've had a little time to cool off, I want to point out something. The bottoms are definitely done. They're not really browned, but they're like perfect. I've now made the entire batch. A few of them are missing. Couldn't help myself. Nestle Toll House Pecan Turtle Delight. In the Cosori TurboBlaze Air Fryer. Yeah. Next up, using the TurboBlaze to dehydrate some habaneros. Removing the tops. Removing the seeds. Cutting them in half. Inserting the crisper tray. And laying out the habaneros. That's looking pretty good. Put the basket in. Starting it up, going to dry. Its default is 135 degrees and for 6 hours. I'll go with 135 degrees and I'm increasing the time. I'll put it at 14 hours, though I don't expect it to take that long. And away we go. The habaneros have been dehydrating for 11 hours. They definitely seem done. Yeah, they kind of break apart and are really crisp. So I'll call it done. 11 hours, 135 degrees in dry mode. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like my up and close from showing you how to use the functions, a bunch of different things that I cooked, and now we are at the final point. The pros and the cons. I'll tell you what, I have not found any cons with this device yet. I've cooked such a variety of different things, even a few other things that were not in my examples here. One of the things I really appreciate is the large screen that it has and how easy it is to operate. I also like the super quiet operation. Even with fan speed 5, it is so super quiet. Way quieter than any other air fryer I've ever owned. And speaking of the 5 different fan speeds, they are automatically set depending on what function you choose. I really like when cooking and it's down to its last minute, it counts away the seconds. Speaking of the display, I really like how you could see the time and temperature at the same time. My previous air fryer, it showed time and temperature, but it would toggle back and forth and you could not see them simultaneously. I really like that the fryer basket is in one piece. The previous air fryer I owned, wow, 2 pieces, more to clean. Sometimes it would fall apart when you're taking it out and unloading your food. This is much better. As you noticed, it does have a crisper plate, but it really stays in place even when I dump it out. And not only that, that crisper plate allows air to get underneath the food and come right back up and be able to cook the bottom. Another thing that I tested, I ran a cycle at 450 degrees for 10 minutes, and I was so surprised by how cool to the touch it was. I mean, it was warm, don't get me wrong, but not hot, not scalding hot. It wouldn't burn you or anything like that. I was really impressed with the frozen pizza, that it was able to brown the bottom. In any other air fryer in this form factor, if you were to put a frozen pizza in there, the bottom would still be really white colored. It would not have any browning. Not only that, but the cooking time was supposed to be 12 to 13 minutes in an oven. It was done in 7 minutes. In fact, most of the things that I tested seemed to cook around 40% faster using the TurboBlaze. I also like the non-skid feet that it has. It's not going to move around on you on your countertop. I also appreciate that the removable parts are dishwasher safe. Really makes cleanup a breeze. And even if you did not put it in the dishwasher, after cooking the chicken wings, it had a bunch of fat burnt onto the bottom. And I thought, wow, that's going to be a nightmare to clean. Nope. For some reason, the material they use, all I did was use a sponge and some water and just a touch of soap. And all of that stuff came loose in a second and did not stick at all. I also like the included recipe book. Over 50 recipes in here, and they're all thought out and engineered for the TurboBlaze. I kind of flipped through a few of them at the beginning, but there's even a cheat sheet in here for things that are not mentioned in the book. All kinds of wonderful things in here. I mean, I'm not going to flip through the whole book. Go ahead. Purchase the TurboBlaze. Just be happy. It comes with a nice, thick, informative book. I also like that Cosori has an app called VE Sync. You can download it to any smartphone. Within the app, there's lots of recipes based on your dietary needs, and not only that, you could have it organized by the type of air fryer, because Cosori has quite a few different air fryers, but TurboBlaze is one of them that are supported in the app. And the app is free. They don't charge for it. They don't charge for the recipes. It's really cool. So I think that really sums it up. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, drop me a line below. I thoroughly enjoy hearing from you. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button on the way out. I'm going to have all kinds of other things coming up. And if you liked the video, hit thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit thumbs down. And until next time, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me, I'm KJ Andy O, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.